When you have an external form powered by Sunnis, there's a few ways that you can style that form to make sure it matches the look and feel of your website and your brand standards. So if, here on an appointment form, if we scroll down to the bottom, you have the styling section. Here you can choose from unstyled, so it's going to be a very raw form that can be completely styled on your website. Bootstrap, which is a, a foundation of your website if you have a Bootstrap website, or you can just utilize default styling. I do suggest go ahead and getting default styling. It's going to try to match the colors and fonts of your website. It may not be perfect, but it's definitely going to get you the closest of your options. You can also choose when to switch to single column. So for mobile, for sure. This way you make sure that it is responsive to mobile, or you can change other screens other sizing as well. And here's where you can put in CSS. Now, CSS is a language used to say which fonts, which color, positioning of things, etc. Here we've added an error to be in red. So if the form generates an error, such as it won't submit because a mandatory field was empty, that error will be generated in red. So it's easier to see. So this is an example of additional instructions or styling being added to the form. There could be much more. There could be a whole series of CSS added here, or just one little thing like this. You can also add in additional classes for each field. So if there's something particular that you need to style on a particular field, so maybe the submit cut button, you want a certain background color, you can add here. But please note it must be CSS, not HTML. And CSS is something that your webmaster will be familiar with. It's also something that you may be able to utilize AI to assist you on getting tidbits so you can play around with it. Once you add any of these styling elements or update any of the styling elements, just hit save and it will automatically update your form. There's no need to rerun the code snippet or reapply code to your website. It will update. Just make sure you refresh it on your website to see. So when we look at our website here, things that you can change would be to, justify the field names right, left, or keep centered. You may want the available venues stacked differently. The book viewing appointment, that you can change that background color and justify it left or right. And so you can also change the fonts, background colors of each of the cells, things like that. As far as changing how things are said, you control that on your form. So you control what the field name is with the label. And those placeholder texts, so the examples, are here. Those are optional. You can pop those off if you want, and that will just leave the fields blank. So whatever you want your form aesthetics to be. But you do have multiple options within the form itself as far as additional classes and going down to styling. CSS here, but of course your webmaster can, or you, if this is in your wheelhouse, can always apply CSS directly onto the website. So there's how you style it, and getting the form to make sure it's blending in to your established website.